In the heart of Atlanta, back in the year 1886, a pharmacist named John Pemberton brewed a rather peculiar concoction. It was a time of experimentation where pharmacists often dabbled in creating tonics that promised to cure a variety of ailments. This elixir, infused with cocaine and marketed as a cure-all, was christened Coca-Cola. Pemberton claimed it could relieve headaches, calm nerves, and even serve as a refreshing drink for the weary. It was a time of patent medicines, and Coca-Cola, with its stimulating properties, promised vigor and vitality to the masses. The drink quickly gained a reputation as a miracle tonic, appealing to both the sick and the healthy. Little did Pemberton know his creation would transcend its medicinal origins to become a global symbol of American capitalism and consumerism. What started as a humble pharmacy experiment would soon evolve into a cultural phenomenon. The drink's popularity, well, it exploded. Soda fountains became social hubs, and Coca-Cola was at the center of it all, bringing people together over its fizzy allure. Coca-Cola's initial marketing cleverly targeted everyday anxieties, positioning the beverage as a remedy for headaches, fatigue, and even morphine addiction. Its branding was as bold as its flavor, promising relief and refreshment in every sip. This potent combination of an appealing taste and shrewd marketing laid the foundation for an empire. Coca-Cola became more than just a drink. It became a lifestyle, a symbol of modernity and progress. However, beneath the surface of this sweet success brewed a darker undercurrent, societal and ethical controversies that would continue to haunt the company for over a century. From its early ingredients to its corporate practices, Coca-Cola's journey has been as complex as it is iconic. By the turn of the 20th century, Coca-Cola had shed its cocaine association, rebranding itself as a wholesome, refreshing beverage. This transformation marked the beginning of its journey to becoming a global icon, but its addictive formula, now reliant on sugar and caffeine, continued its global conquest, appealing to the human craving for sweetness and energy. These ingredients became the backbone of its universal appeal. The company's aggressive expansion strategy involved partnering with independent bottlers, a move that ensured widespread availability and cemented its presence in every corner of the globe. This decentralized model allowed Coca-Cola to adapt to local markets while maintaining its brand identity. Coca-Cola's marketing prowess was, frankly, relentless. Its campaigns tapped into universal emotions, creating a sense of belonging and nostalgia that resonated across cultures and generations. The brand became synonymous with American optimism, youthful energy, and ultimately, happiness itself. It wasn't just a drink, it was a lifestyle, a symbol of the American dream exported worldwide. But this globalization was not without its victims. As Coca-Cola expanded, it left a trail of controversies and challenges in its wake. Coca-Cola's operations, particularly in developing nations, have been marred by accusations of environmental damage and resource depletion. Critics argue that the company prioritized profits over sustainability. From water shortages in India to deforestation in Latin America, the company's pursuit of profit has often come at the expense of local communities and ecosystems. These issues have sparked protests and calls for accountability. The iconic red and white logo, once a symbol of American ingenuity, began to evoke more sinister connotations for many around the world. For some, it became a reminder of the cost of unchecked corporate power. Behind the sugary sweetness of Coca-Cola lies a bitter truth: allegations of labor exploitation within its vast supply chain. Reports of forced labor, child labor, and unfair wages have plagued the company, particularly in countries with weaker labor protections. Farmers growing sugarcane and coca leaves, essential ingredients for Coca-Cola products, often find themselves trapped in cycles of poverty, forced to work under inhumane conditions for meager earnings. While Coca-Cola maintains that it adheres to ethical sourcing practices, critics argue that the company's auditing processes are insufficient and lack transparency. The disconnect between Coca-Cola's carefully crafted image of happiness and the harsh realities faced by those at the bottom of its supply chain has fueled outrage and calls for greater corporate accountability. The production and distribution of billions of Coca-Cola beverages come at a steep environmental cost. The company's insatiable thirst for water has led to accusations of depleting local water sources, leaving communities struggling with shortages. Furthermore, the disposal of billions of plastic bottles annually contributes significantly to the global plastic pollution crisis, choking landfills and oceans. While Coca-Cola has pledged to reduce its environmental footprint through initiatives like water replenishment projects and investments in recyclable packaging, critics argue that these efforts are often mere band-aids, failing to address the root cause of the problem: the company's relentless pursuit of growth and consumption. Section 5: The Happiness Machine, Branding, Manipulation, and the American Dream. Few brands have mastered the art of manipulation quite like Coca-Cola. From its very inception, the company has, expertly crafted its image, associating its products with positive emotions, aspirations, and this, romanticized vision of the American dream. This masterful branding, however, often masks some uncomfortable truths about the company's practices and the broader consequences of its products. Coca-Cola's marketing campaigns, frequently targeting children and adolescents, have been accused of, normalizing excessive sugar consumption and contributing to the global obesity epidemic. Critics argue that the company's relentless pursuit of profit trumps any genuine concern for the well-being of its consumers. Section 6: Sugar Rush and its After-Effects. Health Implications of a Sweetened World. In this chapter, we delve into the profound impact of sugary beverages on global health, with Coca-Cola as a central figure in this narrative. The global rise of sugary drinks like Coca-Cola has coincided with a dramatic increase in diet-related health problems. Type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and obesity have become alarmingly common in many parts of the world. Tooth decay, often overlooked, is another widespread issue linked to excessive sugar consumption. These health challenges are not just individual problems but have become societal burdens, straining healthcare systems globally. Now, while Coca-Cola maintains that its products are safe when consumed in moderation, the reality is more complex. The sheer scale of their marketing campaigns and product availability makes moderation a challenge for many. Public health experts argue that the company's marketing tactics, often targeting younger audiences, and the ubiquitous availability of its products, contribute to an environment where overconsumption is, unfortunately, the norm. This raises concerns about the long-term health of future generations. The ethical implications of profiting from products with known health risks have dogged Coca-Cola for decades. Critics question whether the company has done enough to mitigate these risks, or if profit continues to take precedence. As scientific evidence mounts, linking sugary beverages to a range of health problems, the conversation around corporate responsibility becomes increasingly urgent. The data is clear and the stakes are high. The pressure on Coca-Cola to take responsibility for its role in this global health crisis continues to grow. Activists, health professionals, and even governments are calling for stronger measures to address the impact of sugary drinks on public health. Section 7: Fizzling Out, the Backlash Against Big Soda. In recent years, a growing movement has emerged, challenging the dominance and practices of big soda companies like Coca-Cola. Consumers are becoming increasingly aware of the health and environmental consequences of their choices, leading to a decline in soda consumption in many parts of the world. Governments are stepping in with sugar taxes and marketing restrictions, while health organizations are intensifying their campaigns to raise awareness about the dangers of sugary beverages. This backlash against big soda represents a significant threat to Coca-Cola's business model. The company is now faced with the challenge of adapting to changing consumer preferences and increasing scrutiny of its ethical and environmental record. Section 8: Greenwashing the Globe. Coca-Cola's sustainability claims under scrutiny. In the face of mounting criticism, Coca-Cola has attempted to rebrand itself as a responsible corporate citizen, investing heavily in sustainability initiatives and marketing campaigns that emphasize its commitment to environmental and social causes. However, many of these efforts have been dismissed as greenwashing superficial attempts to appease public concern while continuing business as usual. Critics argue that Coca-Cola's sustainability pledges often lack concrete targets and transparency, raising questions about the company's genuine commitment to change. The discrepancy between Coca-Cola's carefully crafted image and the realities of its global operations has fueled skepticism and calls for greater accountability. Section 9. The Future of Fizz. Navigating ethical consumption in a Coca-Cola world. As we move further into the 21st century, Coca-Cola faces a pivotal moment in its history. The company must grapple with shifting consumer preferences, increasing demands for ethical sourcing and production, and the urgent need to address its environmental impact. The choices Coca-Cola makes in the coming years will determine whether the company can shed its controversial past and emerge as a truly sustainable and responsible corporate citizen. For consumers, the challenge lies in navigating a world saturated with corporate influence and making informed choices about the products they consume. The story of Coca-Cola serves as a potent reminder that behind every brand, every product, lies a complex web of social, environmental, and ethical considerations.